Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I'll be fighting a 1,500-point battle between my Genestealer Cult and Wallace's Deathwatch. So the story that we've got going on here is that this Deathwatch force was sent down to this planet to cleanse it of a suspected Genestealer Cult uprising, but they thought it may have been small. They were trying to nip it in the bud before it became too much of a problem. But when they landed on the planet, they realized that it was infested completely to the core by the Genestealer Cult. So they quickly dispatched their forces, but realized that they were outmatched at this point because of the numbers that the Genestealer Cult were throwing against them. So they decided that they needed to evacuate, regroup, and then proceed against the planet again later. So the story that we're going to go in with here is that the Deathwatch are currently trying to fight their way through the city. So they have to hit a couple different points to make sure that they can secure the drop zone so that they can then escape. We've got some forces that are starting on the board, and then we've got some others that are going to be coming in later turns. The Genestealer Cult have just deployed the way they have, and the whole point is that I have to keep him from getting to the different points. So we've got 1, 2, 3 objectives that he has to get to, and as he gets to them, he will flip them over to show that they've been taken by the Inquisition, and that's what we're going to go with. So that's the story and the gameplay that we're going to be going with. Before we go any further, let's show you the 2 armies that will be fighting it out today. So for the Genestealer Cult, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Magus and an Icon Ward. We have 2 6-man Acolyte hybrid squads, one with a heavy rock saw and one with a lash whip and bone sword. We have an 18-man neophyte hybrid squad with 2 mining lasers and 2 grenade launchers. We have an armored sentinel with a las cannon and a sentinel chainsaw. We have 2 5-man aberrant squads, one armed with power picks and the other armed with power hammers. We have a Goliath rock grinder with a clearance incinerator, a heavy stubber, and a cache of demo charges. We have a Colt Lehman Russ with a battle cannon, 2 multi-meltas, and a las cannon. Then for the Vanguard detachment, we have a Patriarch. And last but not least, we have a 10-man Pure Strain squad. And for the Deathwatch, he'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading that off, we have a chaplain and a watch captain with a thunderhammer and grav pistol. We have a kill team with a watch sergeant with a combi flamer and power sword, a black shield with a power sword and plasma pistol. We've got 4 Deathwatch vets there with a power sword in there and a frag cannon. We have a Terminator with a power sword and stormbolter, and a biker with a power sword. We have another kill team here with the sergeant has a Xeno phase blade. There's a black shield with a power sword and plasma pistol. There are 3 vets in there, one with a shotgun, one with a frag cannon, and there's a Terminator with a heavy flamer and a Melta fist. We have a 3rd kill team with a watch sergeant with a combi flamer. We have a black shield with a storm shield and power sword. We have 4 vets, one with an Infernus heavy bolter. We have a Vanguard vet with a hand flamer, and we have 2 Terminators. One with a Melta Fist and a Stormbolter, and the other with a Power Fist and Assault Cannon. And then we have a Biker with a Power Sword. We have a 5-man Vanguard Vet Squad with 2 Thunderhammer Storm Shields, one with a pair of Lightning Claws, one with a Bolt Pistol and Chainsword, and one with a Power Sword and Storm Shield. And last but not least, we have a Corvus Blackstar with twin assault cannon, hurricane bolter, an Auspex, and 2 Stormstrike missile launchers. All right, so those are the armies. Going over deployment here for the Genestealer Cult. I've got my rock grinder. Inside of there is the 6-man Acolyte squad with the bone sword and the lash whip and bone sword. We've got my Scout Sentinel over here, not Scout Sentinel, Armored Sentinel over here. We've got the 18-man Neophyte squad here. We've got the Magus, and we've got the Icon Ward up in here. We've got the Lehman Russ, and everything else is going to be in Cult Ambush. Going over deployment here for the Deathwatch, he's got his the two of the kill teams here. He's also got the watch captain and that's it here. In reserve, he has his flyer. We've made a rule that we're just going to allow that to happen. So he's got his Corvus Blackstar with another kill team inside, and the chaplain, and he also has his Vanguard vets are being held in Deep Strike Reserve. So as of right now, Deathwatch are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative, because I'm trying to see if I can successfully drop the ambush here. So looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No, I don't get it. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here. Everybody's coming up. These guys are kind of coming over here to take out or try to face off this this threat over here, and the rest are kind of moving up. They've captured the first point here in the city and moving their way up. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off here, we've got these guys are going to fire into him. So we've got the frag cannon's going to fire, and the special issue ammunition are going to fire. They're going to be using the AP -2 shots into there. So these are all going to be hitting on 3s. All right.
Rerolling once.
Rerolling once because of the captain there. All right. So the black ones are going to be wounding on 5s, and the green ones are going to be wounding on 4s. All right. So we've got
2 frag cannons.
2 frag cannons and 1 regular one. The frag cannons are, what do I need for those saves?
It's AP -2.
AP -2. So we've got 2 6-up saves for the frag cannons. Nope. And then 1 for the bolter. Yeah, made it on that one. Another biker, because he's in rapid fire range, is going to fire. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. That's a wound. 6-up save. No. And then the storm bolter shots. Hitting on 3s, okay? No wound there. And then this squad here is going to fire into here. So we've got the 2 shots from the biker guy, right?
And 1 from the...
and 1 from the regular bolter guy. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, rerolling ones because of the captain. Wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound. He did the AP -2 shots for these guys too. So looking for a 6-up. Whoa. No, nothing there. And here comes the assault cannon hitting on 4s because he moved.
Rerolling once.
Rerolling ones. Alrighty. And now it's strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Alright, we got 1 wound. AP -1, so looking for a 5-up. No, failed that. And that is the end of the Deathwatch turn. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. Alright, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. These guys stood still. These guys came in from Cult Ambush. He moved up 6 inches. They came in from Cult Ambush. These guys came in from Cult Ambush. These guys all stood still, and these guys came in from Cult Ambush. Not the best of Cult Ambush rolls, but that's what you get. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. So he is going to cast Might from Beyond onto his guys there. So looking for 7. Getting it with 7. All right. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, he is going to fire. They're going to fire a cache of demolition charges because there's a squad embarked in there. So it's heavy assault D6. So 4. So we've got 4 hitting on 4s. No, hitting on, hold on a second. It's actually going to be on 5s because it's the vehicle itself shoots it. So, and it's wounded. It's down to 3. So looking for 5s. Got 2 hits. Strength 8. So wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. 2 AP -3. So 2 6-ups. Unless you've got a guy in there with a invul save and you want to use them.
Just 2 6-ups.
All right, so 2 6-ups. All right, so it's 2 fail, and they be D3 damage, where those guys are 1 each, so boom, boom. Now the clearance incinerator is going to fire into them. Heavy assault D6. So that's 5 hits. These are going to be strength 5, so wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 4 wounds. AP -1. So he's going to take it on the Terminator, so 3 up at 1 at a time. All right, yeah. So he takes 1 damage. He's good. He's takes 2, so he is dead. And then 1 more 4 up. He's good. And now the heavy subber is going to fire. These are going to be hitting on 6s because it's heavy and he moved and it's injured. So looking for 6s, showing them fill faces. Got 1. Wounding on a, 1 second. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. He's good. All right, so now my Colt, the Lehman Russ, is going to fire into the squad over there. So we've got heavy D6 shots. So 2 shots. Wounding, hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP -2, so 5 ups. No, goes through. And then he's going to fire his last cannon, hitting on a 4. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. No, I am going to spend a command point. There we go, that's a wound. AP -3, 6 up.
How much damage?
It's going to be D6 damage. It's the last cannon. He's going to put on that front guy there, so 6 up. Is that a 6? No. All right, so that is dead. Now he's going to fire with his last cannon into there, hitting on a 4. No hit there. So that is it for the shooting phase. So moving on to the assault phase. He is going to assault into this squad over here. So he is going to fire, you want to fire the, what are you going to fire first?
The frag cannon.
Here comes the frag cannon, so hitting on 6s. Oh, he got 1.
And 1 reroll.
1 reroll because of the 1. All right. Looking for a 4. No wound there. He's going to spend a command point on that one. That does a wound. So I need a 6-up save here. No, don't get it. All right, and now we have 7 bolter shots that are going into him. So hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s. Nope, no 1s. So, but 4 6s. Looking for 5s to wound. Got 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves, or he's going to be dead. Okay. Oh, I make 1. I'm going to spend a command point. Why not? Give this a shot. Let's see if I can get a 6-up. Come on, baby. Show him that 6-up. Show me the 6-up. Oh, no, I did not. So he is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right. All right, so they disembarked over there and lost 1 guy. So we were talking about this, and we can't find anywhere in there that would deny them the ability to assault now, because they're none of the things that would preclude them from being able to assault are in there. So we're just going to have them assault now. So here comes his Overwatch now from them. So we've got the 7 bolter shots again, right?
I think I have a flamer now. Yep.
Oh, okay. So he's going to do the combi flamer there. So D6 shots for the combi flamer.
Yep.
D6 hits. 2 hits. So strength 4, toughness 3. Well, no, hold on a second. All right, so it's wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound. 1 5 up. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, so now we've got 8 bolter shots that are coming in here. Hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s. No, nothing there. And then 2 shots with the frag cannon. 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. No wound. All right, and their charge distance is in. So now these guys are going to charge into this squad. So we're going to go with the bolter shots first, from the ones who can see him. These are going to be hitting on 6s. He's using the poison 2+. So you got 1 hit, 2 up. No. Yep. And now the Infernus Heavy Bolt is going to fire. So 3 shots hitting on 6s. I got 1 hit, rerolling the 1 because of the captain. So strength 5, looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound. AP -1. So looking for a what do they have? Looking for a 5, becomes a 6-up save. Yeah, with a fill phase. Woo! And now they need an 11-inch charge. Can they get an 11-inch charge? Let's find out. No, they cannot. So, so that's it for the charge phase. So we'll come back to you with the fight phase. All right, so we're going to start off with my guys over here. We're going to go with the regular guys first. So they're going to be using their rending claws. So these are going to be, they've got 2 attacks each. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. These are going to be strength 4, so wounding on 4s. 6s are have AP -4. Really? And then they each get an attack with the cultist knife, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Okay, 1 wound. AP nothing.
3 up.
So 3 up. He's good. And now my the acolyte leader there is going to attack with his lash whip and bone sword. So he's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. That's 2 wounds. AP -2. So we got 2 5-ups.
Take them on this guy.
He's going to take him on that guy. So 5 up. Nope. And then the next guy onto his biker. 5 up. He's good. All right, so they piled in, and only the 2 guys here can attack. So they've got 5 attacks between them because they've got the sergeant and the biker. These both have power source, so we're just going to do it. So hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of the captain. All right, really good. So that's 4. These 5 hits. These are so you got all 5, yeah. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 3s. So that is all 5, right? So they're dead.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was 4 of them.
Yep.
And that is it for the fight phase. So on to the morale phase. My guy there lost 5 guys from his squad there. So 5 plus 2, he's good to go. And then his kill team there, they lost 4 guys, right? So leadership 9. So 4 plus 3 is good. So they're good to go. So that is that. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here. In came his Corvus Black Star up here. These guys are locked in combat. These guys moved up towards this way, and these guys dropped in over here. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. So in the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into them. So we're going to start off with the Infernus Heavy Bolter. He's going to fire both rounds. So he's at a -1 to hit with the Heavy Bolter part, and he's also at -1 because he moves. So those are going to be hitting on 5s. The green is going to be the Heavy Flamer though. So D6 hits, 1 hit. He's going to spend a command point to re-roll that. All right. Oh, wow, well done on that one. All right. And then the Heavy Bolter, do you want to just do those? Since they're going to be the same thing. So 3 shots from the Heavy Bolter, hitting on 5s. We got 1 from there. So you're going to have a total. Re-rolling 1 because of there. Nope. All right, so we've got a total of 7 Strength 5, AP -1 hits there. So wounding on Strength 5, right?
Yeah.
So wounding on 3. So we've got 5 wounds. 5 6-ups. No, not making any of them. And now the Terminator there is going to fire his Storm Bolters and his Meltagun there. So hitting on, the Meltagun is the green one. So hitting on 3s. All right, all hits, pretty good. Wounding on 4s and 2. Okay, so we've got 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves. Make 1 of them. Now the Assault Cannon is going to fire in here. 6 shots hitting on 4s because he moved. Okay, re-rolling 1s because of the captain. All right. So 2 hits, Strength 6, looking for 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds. AP -1, so we got 2 6-ups. No, nothing there. And here come the Bolter shots they're going to be firing in here. So they're going to be using the poison round. So hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s. All right. So now these are wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 4 wounds. 4 5-up saves. No, he is dead. So he is going to fire everything into my Armored Sentinel except for the Hurricane Bolter, which is going to fire into these guys. So we're going to go with the Hurricane Bolter first. So 6 shots, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. All right, so we've got 2 wounds. 2 5-up invul saves. Nope, failed both. So now the Assault Cannon, Twin Assault Cannon is going to fire into him. So we've got 12 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Rerolling 1s. All right. All right. This Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Okay. So we've got 5 wounds. AP -1. So that's going to be 5 4-ups. And I make one of them. Ooh. And now his 2 Storm Strike missile launchers are going to fire in here. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 8. So wounding on a 3. 1 second. All right, wounding on a 3. No wound. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. His captain is going to try to charge in over here. 6 inches. Is that going to get him in? Yep. Oh, wait, maybe. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's in. Yep, he's in. All right, so now into the fight phase. His captain is going to go first, so he's got 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s because he's using a Thunderhammer. All right, so there's 3 hits, rerolling 1s because of himself. Now these are going to be wounding on 2s. Yep, 2, he is dead. All right. And these guys are actually going to assault over here. So he needs a, I'm going to shoot Overwatch here. So I've got 5 guys with pistols, hitting on 6s. Nope, nothing there. So now his charge distance, he needs 9 inches to get in. And he is in. So then we're going to go activate these guys over here. So we're going to do the sergeant who has a Thunderhammer and the other guy who has a Thunderhammer. So between them, they've got 5 attacks. He's going to be hitting on 4s. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 dead. And now the guy with the lightning claw is going to attack. So he's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 4, wounding on 3s. All right, so that's 3 wounds. AP -2, so that is 3 dead. And now the guy with the power sword is going to go, hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound, so he is dead. And that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after a movement phase for the Genestealer Cult on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. These guys moved up over this way. He stood still. He stood still. These guys advanced over this way. They moved up over this way. And that is it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the psychic phase here on turn 2. All right, my Magus is going to smite into them. Looking for 5. Getting it with 8. So D3 mortal wounds. Ooh, 3 mortal wounds. And then he's going to cast Might from Beyond onto his Genestealers there. And that goes off, so we will have that. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, my Leman Russ is going to shoot into his Corvus Blackstar. We're going to go it's heavy D6 for the battle cannon. We'll do that one first. 6 shots. All right, so these are now going to be hitting on 5s because he's got hard to hit right now because he's not in hover mode. Okay, so I got 2 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. I'm going to spend a command point on one of those. Okay, that's 1 wound. AP, hold on. All right, so 5-up save. No, goes through. D3 damage. 1 damage. And now the las cannon is going to fire into him, hitting on a 5. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. 6-up save. Oh, and he makes it. Now he's going to fire his las cannon into him, hitting on a 5. No hit. All right, now this squad over here is going to fire into these guys. We're going to go with the mining lasers first. They're heavy and they move, so they're looking for 5s to hit. We got 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. AP -3 +1, so looking for 5 ups.
3-up armor storm shield save.
Oh, she's going to do a storm shield save. Sorry, 3-up storm shield save. That's good. We've got 2 crack grenades going here, hitting on 4s. We got 2 hits. Strength 6, wounded on 3s. Oh. So 1 wound. Storm shield 3-up. No, goes through. He's going to spend a command point on that. Yeah, he's good. And now we've got 14 autogun shots coming in here, hitting on 3s. Oh no, I'm sorry, 3s. Hitting on 4s. Alrighty. All right. Wounding on 5s. We've got 2 wounds, 2 ups. That one's cocked. They're good. And that is it for the shooting phase. So we're moving on to the assault phase. These guys here are going to charge into his captain and these guys over here. So there's only one guy who can see them, which is the sergeant. He's out of flamer range, so he's just going to have his bolter shots. Hitting on sixes. No hits there. So their charge distance, they need 6 inches, is in. All right, so now these guys are going to charge into here. So he's got his combi flamer and the heavy flamer are both within. So the green is going to be the combi flamer and the blue is the heavy flamer. So D6 for each. Oh, okay. Sounds good. That's rough. So here comes the regular flamer shots, looking for force to wound. So we got 1 wound. All right, 5 up, invul save. No. And now the 5 from the heavy flamer, wounding on 3s. All right, so that is 3. 3 5 ups. Make 2 of them. Now the heavy bolt gun is going to fire in there. Heavy bolter. Yeah. So hitting on a 6. So that's wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 5 up invul. No. Now we're going to go with the storm bolter on 6s. Nope, nothing there. Rerolls 1s. All right, that's 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 5 up. Yeah, he's good. And now come the bolter shots, hitting on 6s. All right, so that's 2 hits.
2 rerolls.
And 2 1s, he was rerolling. All right, so that's 2 hits still. Wounding on 2s because he's the poison round. So that's 2 wounds. 2 5 ups. Make them both. Woo! And now the assault cannon on 6s. Got 1, 2 in there. Wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound. 5 up. No. All right, so now the charge distance for those guys. They are in. And now my Patriarch's going to charge in. He is also in. All right, so starting out the fight phase, I'm going to activate my Patriarch first. So he's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right. Strength 6, average toughness there is 4. So he's going to be wounding on 3s, re-rolling because of his weapon. Oh, thank God he gets to re-roll, otherwise I might be crying right now. Looking for 3s. This one's cocked. All right, so we've got... this one is at AP minus 6, and these are at AP minus. These are at AP minus 3. So which ones do you want to? What do you want to do first?
The Storm Shield is going to take AP minus 6.
All right, so we're going to go for the AP minus 6 one first. So 3 up. That's good. And then you've got these guns. Let's go one at a time. No, fails on that one. So that's D3 wounds. Oh, he's only got 1 wound on the Storm Shield guy, right? So Storm Shield guy is dead.
And what's the...
AP minus 3 on these ones.
And then 2 5 ups.
And then 2 5 ups. Yeah, who are you doing this on?
1.
Oh, he's going to put it onto the Terminator here. So 2 up, 5 ups. Nope. So that's D3 wounds. 3 wounds, so he's dead. Do you want to put on the other Terminator?
No, just kill a regular.
6 up, 6 up. It goes down to a 6 up. No, so that goes on the regular guy. All right. All right, so my opponent paid 2 command points to go interrupt now. So these guys are now going to attack into the Genestealers here. So he's going to go with the biker first. So 2 attacks hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4. That's a wound. 5 up invul save. He's good with the fill phase. Woo! So now the regular guys are going to go, including the sergeant there. So hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. I got 1 wound. 5 up invul save. No, failed. And now the Terminator is going to go 2 attacks hitting on 4s. It's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Got 1 wound. 5 up invul save. No. And now my Genestealers are going to be attacking in here. So there's 2 guys there. They've got Might from Beyond, so they've got 4 attacks each right now. They're going to be hitting on 2s because of the Patriarch giving them +1 to their hit rolls. So these are now going to be hitting on, hitting on 2s. All right. These are now strength +1 because of the Might from Beyond. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right. 1 second. All right, so now these are going to be at AP -1, so there's 5 of them. He's going to take it on regular guys one at a time. So we got regular guy. That's a fail. Next guy is also a fail, so the biker is dead. That's 2, so we got 3 more. Whoop. Failed that one. Failed that one. And now you got 1 more save to make. Under the Terminator. He's a fail, so he takes a wound. Wow. All right, so now my aberrants are going to activate. 2 of them are going to go into his captain there. Because I declared the charge against him, even though I didn't make it into him off the bat. You can't attack anyone in the fight phase that you didn't declare a charge against. If you've charged, and I did declare it against him, he just couldn't see me to overwatch. And then I just piled into him so that I was within there. So now they're going to be, 2 of the guys are going to go into his captain there. So it's 4 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, it's 2 hits. Wounding strength user, so looking for 3s to wound. So that's 2 wounds, AP -2, AP -2 against your captain.
So 2 4-ups.
2 4-ups. No, 2 fails. Those are D3 damage each. That's a 3 damage onto him. So he's got 3 6-ups because of his warlord trait. No, so he takes 3 wounds. And now the other guys are going to go into the rest of the squad there. So we got 6 attacks hitting on 3s. Alrighty then. So we got 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Got 3 wounds, AP -2. So looking for 5-ups. No one's got a storm shield, right? Okay, he's going to go onto the into the bike first. Nope, that's a fail. D3 wounds. 2 wounds, so the biker is dead. 2 more left. 2 5-ups. And he makes them both. Well done. All right, so he's going to activate the captain here. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s because he the heavy thunderhammer or the thunderhammer. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 1 second. Wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 3 wounds. Those are, hold on. All right, so that is 3 dead. All right, so now the captain, the sergeant and the black shield are going to go at the same time. They've both got power swords, so hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. Oh, okay, so that is, yeah, those 2 guys are dead. And that is it for the fight phase and the end of the Genestealer Cult turn, because morale phase, everyone who lost people, they're either fearless or auto pass or didn't lose enough that they had to they could fail the test. So that is it for the Deathwatch, the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 2. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 3. These guys came over here. He moved over here after disembarking this squad over here. These guys fell back out of combat over here, and the other squad moved up over this way. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now this squad over here, the one that didn't fall back, is going to fire into the Genestealers there. We're going to go with the Combi Flamer first. 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, looking for 4s. All right, so that's 2 wounds. 2. Should have had my dices. 5-ups. Make one of them. And now the frag cannon's going to go. 6 hits. Oh, brutal. 6s. So looking for 3s. All right. Wow. Okay, so that's 5 5-ups. Can I make this? Looking for 5 5-ups. You can do it! No, you can't. No, you can't get any 5-ups. Okay, you did. So now the captain's going to fire his grab pistol into him, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Strength 5, so wounding on a 4. No wound. Now this squad's going to fire into my Patriarch, so he's going to use the frag cannon, 2d6 hits. All right, so 9 hits. All right, these are now strength. Frag cannons, strength 6, so you're looking for 3s to wound. All right, so that is, what is that? 6 wounds. AP -1, so you got 6 5-ups. Make 1 so far. All right, so I missed 5 of them. Now he's got his Warlord trait, looking for 6-ups. No, nothing there. So he takes 5 wounds. So now the Heavy Flamer is going to fire in. 2 hits. Strength 5, looking for 4s to wound. Got 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Make 1. 6-up or he's dead. No, I'm going to spend a command point. No. Oh. So now he is going to fire his Hurricane Bolters and the Storm Strike missiles into him, and the Assault Cannon into, who was it again? I'm sorry, oh, into that squad over there. So here come the Hurricane Bolters, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the Auspex. All right. Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. So that's 2 wounds, 3 wounds. 3-up saves. And he's fails 1. And now the Storm Strike missiles are going to fire into here, hitting on 4s because they're heavy and he moved. So that's 1 hit. He's going to spend a command point on this one, which is the last command point. Nope, that's a miss. So now it's Strength 8. So looking for 3s to wound. Oh, what is that? I can see it's a 1. Oh, it's a 1. Oh. And now the Assault Cannon is going to fire into them. So we've got 12 shots that are going to be coming into here. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. All right. Rerolling 1s because of the Auspex. Wow. 4s, cool. Strength 6, so wounding on 2s. All right. So that is 2, 4, 9 wounds. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we've got 9 5-ups. All right, I make 2 of them. Whoop whoop. All right, so that is it for the Deathwatch turn here. So at the end of it, we're gonna have the morale phase for these guys. They lost 7 guys. +1 is 8. They're good. Wow. All right, so that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 3. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Genestealers on turn 3. I'm not moving. This guy stood. All these guys stood still. He stood still, and that's all I've got left here. So that's it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. My Magus is going to smite him. So looking for 5, getting 7. So D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds, killer. All right, these guys here are going to fire into him over here. So we're going to go with the mining lasers first. He's hard to hit because he's still in zooming. So going to need 5s to hit. I got 1 hit. Strength 9, toughness not 9. So looking for 3. That's a wound. AP -2, I believe. 1 second. All right, AP -3. So looking for a 6-up. Oh, and he gets it. You serious? And now the grenade launchers are going to fire. Got 2 hits with fill faces. Strength 6, toughness 7. Is it 7 or 6? 1 second. Yes, toughness 7. So looking for a 5 to wound. Got 1 wound. AP -1. He's good. And now the autoguns are going to fire at him, hitting on 5s. Cocked. Got 1 hit. Looking for a 6 to wound. No, nothing there. All right, he's going to fire his last cannon and multi-meltas into him. And he's going to fire the battle cannon into those guys. So we're going to go with the multi-meltas first, hitting on 5s. Got 1 hit, strength 8, wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -4, so it goes straight through. So D6 wounds, 3 wounds. And then the last cannon is going to be hitting on a 5. No hit there. So now the battle cannon is going to fire into them. Heavy D6. 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. We got 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds. AP -3.
5 up 1 at a time.
5 up 1 at a time on the Terminator. No, that first one goes through. D3 wounds. 3 wounds, so he is dead. And the next 6 up. You get a 6 up save because it's DP -3. No, that kills the dude. All right, and he is now going to fire into him with his last cannon, hitting on a 5. No hit there. And that is the end of my turn. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn, whatchamacallit, turn 4. No, 4, yeah, turn 4. Movement phase for the Deathwatch here. These guys jumped up over here. He's still flying over this way. These guys all advanced up this way. These guys advanced here, and these guys just moved up over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now let's start another shooting phase. That squad's going to fire into him. The assault cannon's hitting on 4s. All right. All right, so that is on 4s, yeah. So yep. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, so it's 1 wound. AP -1, so looking for a 4-up. No, he failed. I'm going to spend a command point on that. No, he's still dead. So this squad here advanced. So the frag cannon is an assault weapon. It's going to fire into him over there. So he's going to be hitting on 4s because he advanced. All right. That's where's the other one? I can't see it. Where's the other one? No, it's a 4. Okay, that's a hit. So that's 2 hits. Strength 7, so wounding on 5s. No wounds there. So he was, he'd already said he was going to do this, and we held up, but we forgot to do this. He's going to do the cluster, the Black Star cluster launcher as he goes over here. So these are 10, looking for 6s. One's cocked. So that's 1-6, so one guy is dead. So now he's going to fire the Hurricane Bolter and the twin assault cannons into my Neophyte squad there, and he's going to fire the Storm Strike missiles into my Lehman Russ over there. So which one are you going to do first?
Hurricane Bolter.
You do the Hurricane Bolter first, so this is 12 shots here. Hitting on 4s because he's wounded.
3 rolling 1s.
3 rolling 1s.
3 rolling 1s.
All right. So now these are strength 4, so wounding on 3s. So that is 3, 6, 7 wounds. So we've got 7 4-up saves because they're in cover. And I failed 2 of them. And they're within the range of the icon bearer there. So 6 ups. No, they're dead. And now the assault cannon's going to fire in here, hitting on 5s because he moved. All right, pretty good. All right, these are strength 6 and wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 4 wounds. 4 6-ups. Oh no, 4 5-ups because they're in cover. All right, made 2 of them. 6-ups because of the icon ward. Nope, failed those 2. And then it's 2 storm strikes into my Lehman Russ, hitting on 5s. That's cocked. No, nothing there. Rerolls the 1, sorry. That's a hit. Strength 8, wounded on a 4. That's a wound. 3-up save, -2, so looking for a 5-up. Did I spend my command? Hold on a second. All right, so he takes 3 damage. All right, so now that's it for the shooting phase. On the assault phase, here he's going to charge into them. So we're going to go fire and overwatch with the cult guys there. So we're going to go with the 2 grenade launchers because they can see him hitting on 6s. Got 1 hit. Strength 6, wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 3-up invul save. He's good. And then we've got 2 guys with the guns there in rapid fire range. Got 1 hit. 1 wound. 3-up save. They're good. And then the Magus is going to fire his pistol. Nope. So now let's fight. We'll come back to you with their charge. All right, he's looking for an 8-inch charge here. No, he does not get it. And that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 4. So we will come. Now we have to do the whatchamacallit, morale test here. So -5 or 5 plus. 4 is 9. I'm going to re-roll that because my icon ward lets me. And 5, even worse. So they lose 2 guys. Okay. All right, movement phase. These guys shuffled back over here. These guys moved around here so they can see through the window, and he stood still, and that's it. That's what I got left. So we'll come back to you with the psychic phase here on turn 4. And he is going to smite into him. Goes with an 11. Oh, man. D6 wounds. Of course. 2 wounds. Ugh. I'm going to spend a command point on that. 2 wounds. Okay, whatever. Come on, dies! Shooting phase, he's going to fire his multi-meltas and las cannon into him. Then he's going to fire his battle cannon into that front group there. So we're going to go with the 2 multi-meltas into him over here. Hitting on 5s, because he's still flying. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -4, so it goes straight through. So 2d6. I am going to spend a command point on this one, my last one. 2s. Come on. You're almost as bad as 1. So 4 damage. And now the last cannon is going to fire into him. On a 5. No, and I miss. And now the battle cannon is firing into them. D6 shots. 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. Okay. All right, these guys here are going to fire into them. We've got the las cannon, or the las cannon, mining lasers. We're going to fire. They move, so hitting on 5s. Nope. And then the grenade launchers hitting on 4s. It's 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Still got to wound you. Now 3 up. He's good. And they're going to fire their pistols into them just cuz. Got 1 hit. Oh, almost had it. I saw that 6. It wanted to be there. And that is it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Deathwatch on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here. He dropped into hover mode and stayed right there. These guys jumped across over here. These guys advanced up this way, as well as he just moved up. These guys advanced, or just moved up, and they moved up. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. So we're going to start with firing this guy back here. He's going to fire the assault cannon into him, hitting on 4s because he moved. So 6 shots hitting on 4s. Alrighty, 1 hit. Strength 6, wounding on a 5. No wound. And now the frag cannon here is going to fire, hitting on 3s because it's assault. Alright, 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. No wound. And the bolt gun's gonna fire into there. No hit. So first we're gonna fire. This it's gonna fire into here. We're gonna do with the frag cannon. 2d6 hits. So 6 hits. Strength 6. So wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And now the shotgun. 6 hits. Strength 4, right? So strength 3, so wounding on 6s. No wounds there. So now he's going to fire the hurricane bolters down into these guys, and everything else is going to go into my Lehman Russ over there. So we're going to go with the what first? The hurricane bolter. So 12 shots, hitting on 5s because he's down to 1 wound. All right. Rerolling 1s because of the Auspex. All right. Wow, pretty good. Wow, really good. All right, these are now going to be wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 3 wounds. 3 4-ups because they're in cover there. And I failed 1. And now the assault cannon is going to fire into him over here. So hitting on 5s. 5s because he's injured. Rerolling 1s. All right, wow, you're re-rolling 1s is killer. All right, so these are strength 6, wounding on 5s. We've got 2 wounds, AP -1, so looking for 4-ups. And he makes them both, woo! And now the 2 Storm Strike missiles. 2 rerolls because of the 1s. You got 2 hits. Strength 8s, wounding on 4s. Okay, nothing there. So that's it for the shooting phase. So now these guys are going to charge into my Megas here. So hitting on a 6 for Overwatch. Hey, it's a hit. Wounding on a 5. No wound there. So here comes his charge distance, totally in. All right, so we'll move them in. We'll come back to the fight phase. All right, these guys are going to attack in here. So we've got 5 attacks hitting on 4s. All right, so that is 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. No wound. So now the Magus will attack back. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s because he's got the force stave. That's 1 wound. 3 up. No, failed. D3, it doesn't make a difference. He is, they're dead.
Yep.
And that is the end of the Deathwatch turn there. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels, for the for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. He fell back, and that is it. Everyone else stood still. These guys down here stood still, stood still, stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with a psychic phase. Psychic phase. He's going to try to smite into him. Getting it. D3. 3, so he is dead. All right, start of the shooting phase. The guys down here are going to fire into him over there. So we've got 2, the mining lasers first, so these are going to be hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Oh, come on. Grenade launcher hitting on a 4. Oh. All right, he's going to shoot into him. Let's see if this can happen. That's a hit. That is so, I wish it could have been the other way around. Now he's going to fire 1 multi-melta into him. Everything else is going to go into the front guys there. So we're going to go with the multi-melta into the Black Star, hitting on a 4. That's a hit. On a 3. That's a wound. Goes right through. So it doesn't make a difference. He is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. So now the battle cannon is going to fire into them. D6 shots. 1 shot. Hitting on a 4. Nope. Las cannon. Nope. Multi-melta. I see. What? What? Yeah. What? All right, so that's the end of the the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 5. So we're gonna find out if we go on to turn 6. Roll the dice, sir. On a 3-up, it goes to turn 6. No, it doesn't. That's the end of the game. We'll come back to you with a conclusion. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as the Deathwatch advanced forward along the fields, they finally got to this Lehman Russ that had been blasting them as they advanced forward. And when they got there, it was empty, and all the buildings were empty around here. The cult had faded back into the shadows, back gone underground to reassess and regroup and come back another day. So it is a Deathwatch victory, but how fulfilling a victory, we're unsure, because they're sure to be back again trying to take down this cult that has found its way within the very core of this world. So, yes, a Deathwatch victory. That was a super brutal game. Number of times it went back and forth. I can't believe I didn't take him. Like, the number of times that he should have been dead. He should have been dead. Oh, man. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. But a ton of fun. I had a blast. This game was a lot of fun, and it was fun playing against Deathwatch. I've only ever played Deathwatch up to this point, so that was fun, getting my my Genestealer Cults in a very thematic battle between the Genestealer Cult and the Deathwatch. So, yeah, a brutal, awesome, fun time. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed the battle. It was a very narrative, fun game, and it was, yeah, it just kind of goes to show you just got to think outside the box sometimes to have a little bit of fun. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent has been Wallace, and until next time, have fun.